Hey, it's Omi, your spiritual curator. Thank you so much for continuing to stick with me through this journey. Hopefully you're gaining some things from it. Leave me comments, ask me questions. Let's continue to have dialogue and talk about it. So, my name's Omi, and I am a reformed shrinking violet. Last episode, we talked about external validation, and it got me to thinking about my own path, my own journey towards loving me more. And I realized that for most of my life, I've been a shrinking violet. A shrinking violet simply means playing small, not showing up as your big, beautiful self, not shining your light so other people can see it, not really knowing who you are. So why do we do that? Some of us don't even know who we are. We don't know what our gifts and talents are. But for those of us who do, use your gifts. God gave you these gifts for a reason. And if you don't use them, you will lose them. And what good is that? That's not living your purpose. Your purpose is to use the gifts that God gave you and let the blessings continue to flow. First of all, real talk. Stop hiding your voice. No one thinks like you. No one has had the experiences like you. And I said it in the last video. There's no one like you on this planet in this time, in this moment. So don't hide your voice. You never know who you're blessing or who you're inspiring or what words that you say that could trigger someone to make a change in their life. Don't hide your voice. You feel like your voice isn't good enough, so you plagiarize and you take other people's voices and you emulate and try to be like someone else when God gave you the gifts to use your voice, not Beyonce's, hell, not even mine. Use your own voice in your own words. You can learn lessons from other people, sure. You can get little quotes and sayings and things that are going to help you on your journey, but use those in your own words in your own way. Stop hiding your voice. You will not reach your full potential using someone else's voice. This is about you and using your full potential. And unless you use your own voice, people can't see the true awesomeness, the wonderful spirit that is you. So speak your mind. Second thing, don't always wait to be asked. Be proactive. Once you discover what your gifts and talents are, figure out ways that feel good with you to use what you have. And don't wait for somebody to tell you or ask you. Don't be afraid of looking stupid. Don't be afraid of that people won't accept you or that they're going to judge you or criticize you. This is a message for myself as well, because putting out these videos was a hard thing for me to do. Because like I said, I'm a reformed shrinking violet. Putting myself on a world stage for anybody and everyone to see took a lot of prodding, coercion, persuasion, and all of that. I felt like, what if what I'm saying isn't right? What if I don't sound right? What if I don't sound this enough or that enough? Just put it out there. Say the things that you need to say. Don't wait for somebody to ask you. Tell people who you are. Tell people what you're worth. Tell people what your gifts and talents are. And don't worry about the criticism and the judgment, because everybody gets judged. I've said it before. Everyone, you're always going to be judged. So what? Say it anyway. Last episode, we talked about external validation. Criticism kind of goes along with that. You're so worried about what other people are going to say or whether you're speaking the right way or saying the right things that criticism paralyzes you. No one's perfect. No one's perfect. And those criticizing you aren't perfect either. And not everybody's going to love you or like you. So don't worry about the criticism. Do you. Allow yourself to be your biggest, best self. And do the things you want to do, and don't worry about what other people think. Criticism shouldn't paralyze you. You should use it to fuel your dreams. I love to do things that people tell me I can't do. I love to challenge myself and push myself to do things that I think are almost impossible. Think big. Don't worry about what other people say, because you never know. You just might make it. My dad used to always say, don't let anybody throw you off your square. And what does that mean? That means you have your own space, your own journey, your own square, if you will. Criticism and even hearing the word no can throw shrinking violets off their square. To someone's playing small, hearing the word no just confirms what they already thought about themselves. What I'm doing or saying isn't the right thing. I'm not smart enough. People aren't going to hear me. Hearing no completely throws people off their square when they're trying to play small. So it gives them the comfort to be able to not step out there, to not show up fully, to not be fully present in their body, and not be fully present with the people that are surrounding them. They can just sit quietly and not say anything and be safe. Why do you want to continue to be safe? Safe never gets you what you want. You got to take a risk. In my former life, in my corporate life, I was in sales for a long time. And it was really hard for someone to tell me no. When I did my pitch, I gave my best sales presentation. I had charts and PowerPoint presentations and all the things that I was supposed to have to make this sale. And they still said no. And I took it personal. And I felt like it was an attack on me, or that I didn't do it right, or I didn't do my job. No just means that it's not resonating with them. And you got to show them a different way of being, which means stepping out there on faith, being bold, and showing who you are. In sales, they tell you, Sales Training 101, you will hear 12 no's before you get a yes. 12 no's before you get a yes. That doesn't mean you give up. Keep going, because that one yes could be the big yes that's going to save you, that's going to give you what you need, that's going to help you reach your goals. Don't be afraid of the word no. When I was doing my corporate work and sales job, there were other salespeople that always looked busy but never made a sale. They were constantly going to meetings and running errands and taking out clients and doing things that made them look like they were actually productive. But at the end of the day, when we had that sales meeting, they hadn't met their goals. So stop trying to look busy and actually be busy. Busy showing the world your gifts and talents. Being busy trying to find new ways to show up. Finding new innovative things that you can learn to help you be your biggest self. Maybe watching this video is one of them. Do your own videos. There's no competition in the universe. I do what I do. You do what you do. But don't be afraid to show up. We all know those people. They are constantly in a meeting, checking their calendar, running around, doing. We have become human doings instead of human beings. When you learn to be yourself completely and authentically, you don't have to do so much, because who you are is good enough. Let's let that sink in for a minute. Human being. You hear it all the time. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, which means at times we can just be. I want to meditate on that. Let's take 3 deep breaths and focus on just being your biggest self. Feel the light radiating in your body as you just be. Nice. Just be. At the root of all of the things that I'm talking about today is one word. I call it the big green boogie monster, fear. Fear will keep you from your dreams. Fear will keep you from stepping out and doing the things that you really want to do in your life. Fear kills everything. Are you really going to allow yourself to be defeated by a little word? Fear can keep you from doing the things that you want to do. Fear can keep you from your dreams, from your goals. Fear will keep you stuck in isolation. You'll never know how good or how big you could really be if you allow fear to keep you and hold you back. So stop. Right now, make a conscious decision to stop being afraid. What's the worst thing that can happen? In all situations, think about what's the worst thing that can happen. And then think about what's the best thing that could happen. The best thing that could happen is you meet your goals. You become a superstar. You meet that person that's going to be your partner for your life. You never know how big you can really be if you hold yourself back. Hi, my name's Omi. I'm a spiritual curator. And what exactly is a curator anyway? A curator is the keeper or a custodian of a museum or other collection. I, as a spiritual curator, have a collection of gifts and tools and instruments and things that can help other people become their most deliciously spiritual self. I curate spirit. If I hadn't told you what that was, you wouldn't know what I do. And you wouldn't know what that stands for me or what that means or how it can benefit you. So now you know. I've told you who I am. So part of not shrinking anymore and not playing small is tell people who you are and let that be okay. They may not agree with it. They might not understand it. They might not even like it. But at least you put yourself out there and you explain to people who you are and what you do. You never know. Your tools and gifts and services may be useful to somebody. You never know what opportunities could come for you by just telling people what you do. You have magic in you. And no one's going to know what your magic is and how to use it if you don't tell them that you have it. So use your magic. Sprinkle a little magic dust on people. You don't have to fully show up as who you are, but at least tell people what you can offer. Tell people who you are. Tell people what you do so they can seek you out. Really simple. Again, keep it simple. No more shrinking. No more playing small. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking to make other people feel comfortable. Make other people feel uncomfortable about your greatness. That's how you make change in the world. That's how you make change in yourself. Know that who you are is more than enough. Who you are is the right thing for you. And who knows, it might be the right thing for someone else. But if you don't shine your light, no one will ever see your light and be able to benefit from it. So, no more shrinking violet. No more playing small. It's time to step out, be bold, be who you are, tell people who you are, and let the blessings continue to flow to you. That's all I got for you. Real talk. No more playing small. You can be as big as you choose to be. Until next time, have a good week.